Just weeks ago, on November 9, 2025, Super Typhoon Feng Wang, known here as Uwan, barreled into the eastern seaboard of Luzon with winds howling at 185 kilometers per hour. It uprooted homes, flooded barangays, and displaced over 1.4 million Filipinos. 4 lives were lost, but the scars run deeper. Families separated, farmlands ruined, and communities left to rebuild once more. This wasn't just a storm. It was a stark reminder of nature's growing fury. What if the next one is even stronger? What if the dangers we face aren't isolated events, but signals of a changing climate closing in on our islands? The Philippines, our beautiful archipelago, stands as the world's most vulnerable nation to climate disasters. According to the 2025 World Risk Index from the United Nations University, globally, rising temperatures fuel extreme weather, but here, ringed by oceans and trenches, we feel it first and fiercest. This video isn't about fear, it's about clarity and care. We're here at Discovering the Earth to arm you with knowledge, so you to protect what matters most: your family, your home, your future. Drawing from experts at Pagasa, Filipinos, and the NDRRMC, we'll explore 5 emerging threats: stronger super typhoons, creeping sea level rise, unprecedented heat waves, the shadow of the Manila Trench, and rising floods in Mindanao. These aren't prophecies, but patterns backed by science. Warmer seas breeding fiercer storms, melting ice swelling our shores. Together, let's turn awareness into action. Stay with me. Threat 1. Stronger super typhoons. Super typhoons, those colossal storms packing winds over 185 kilometers per hour, are becoming a more frequent and intense reality for the Philippines. Pagasa data shows a clear trend. Since the 1970s, the number of these monsters entering the Philippine area of responsibility has climbed, with climate change supercharging ocean temperatures that fuel their rapid growth. In 2025 alone, we've seen multiple Category 5 equivalents, like Feng Wang slamming our eastern coasts. Scientists from the World Bank note that warmer waters, up by 1 degree Celsius in the last decade, allow storms to intensify faster, drawing more moisture for heavier rains. Eastern Visayas and the Bicol region bear the brunt, but Metro Manila's exposure grows as surges push inland. Historically, Typhoon Haiyan in 2013, a super typhoon, devastated Tacloban with 30-meter storm surges, claiming thousands of lives and displacing 4 million. Today, patterns echo that. Pagasa's revised wind signal system warns of quicker escalations, and UNDRR reports predict 20% more intense cyclones by 2050. These aren't random, they're tied to global emissions trapping heat in our atmosphere. Such storms could put millions at risk, especially in densely packed coastal barangays where evacuation routes clog. Vulnerable communities, like our elderly Lolas and Lolos, who make up 39% of fatalities in past events due to mobility challenges, face heightened threats. Infrastructure strains too. Bridges wash out, stranding families as seen in recent evacuations overwhelming centers. But preparedness turns peril into protection. First, check your barangay's hazard map via the NDRRMC portal. Know your evacuation route today. Second, assemble a go bag with 3 days water, non-perishables, medications, and IDs. Third, sign up for Pagasa's text alerts. Fourth, practice family drills. Designate a meeting point and roles. Who helps the elderly first? Fifth, reinforce your home. Secure loose items. Trim trees. During the storm, stay indoors away from windows. After, wait for LGU all clear before returning. These steps, urged by the NDRRMC, have saved lives in every major hit. You're not powerless, act now. Threat 2. Sea level rise swallowing barangays. Sea level rise, a silent but relentless threat, is encroaching on our shores at 3 to 4 times the global average, about 6.7 millimeters per year, per Pagasa and World Bank studies, driven by melting polar ice and expanding warmer oceans from climate change. This isn't dramatic waves but a gradual submersion. Low-lying areas like Manila Bay's coastal zones and the Mekong Delta-influenced south could see 20 to 30 centimeters more by 2030, swallowing entire barangays. Provinces like Pampanga and Cavite, with their sinking deltas, are hotspots, where saltwater now poisons rice fields. Historical glimpses haunt us. In 2020, Typhoon Rolly amplified tides, flooding Navota's homes permanently underwater. UNDAR warns that without adaptation, 13 million Filipinos in coastal zones may face displacement by mid-century. Patterns show acceleration. Satellite data tracks our seas rising faster due to our position in the western Pacific Gyre, pulling in heat-trapped waters. This could threaten thousands in vulnerable fishing communities, where homes on stilts teeter and freshwater sources turn brackish. Elderly residents, often rooted in these areas with chronic health needs, are especially at risk. Slower to relocate, more prone to dehydration in salinized environments. Strained infrastructure, like eroding dikes and clogged drainage, compounds evacuation challenges, leaving families isolated during high tides. Safety starts with knowledge. Map your property's elevation using FIVOLKey's online tools. Elevate valuables if below 1 meter. Stock a disaster kit with water purification tablets, as salinity hits supplies hard. Join LGU mangrove planting drives. They buffer surges naturally. Monitor sea level forecasts via Pagasa's climate dashboard. For families, create a relocation plan. Identify inland kin or centers. Prioritize elderly transport with wheelchairs ready. During king tides, avoid low roads. Post-event, test well water before drinking. NDRRMC guidelines stress community watch groups. Form one in your barangay to share alerts. These actions build resilience, one tide at a time. Threat 3. Heat waves as an official hazard. For the first time in our history, heat waves are now classified as an official disaster hazard by Pagasa, with indices soaring past 42 degrees Celsius, the danger threshold, across 17 provinces in 2025. Climate change amplifies this. Trapped greenhouse gases hike average temperatures by 1.2 degrees since 1950, baking our urban heat islands. Metro Manila's concrete sprawl traps warmth, while rural El Niño echoes in 2024 extended dry spells. Experts forecast 20 more extreme heat days annually by 2040 per World Bank projections. Recall the 2024 scorcher that idled schools and spiked hospital visits. Similar to India's waves but tailored to our humidity. Pagasa's data reveals patterns. Urban areas like Quezon City hit 53-degree heat indices, blending air temp with mugginess for lethal feels. Historical baselines shift. Once rare, now routine, as global warming redirects jet streams for prolonged highs. These waves could strain millions in informal settlements, where shade is scarce and power outages kill fans. Our elderly, with thinner skin and heart conditions, suffer most. Heat exhaustion hits them 4 times harder, as studies from HelpAge International show. Overcrowded evacuation centers during combined events exacerbate this, with limited cooling straining health systems. Beat the heat proactively. Hydrate with at least 3 liters daily. Stock electrolyte packets in your go bag. Install affordable shades or fans. NDRRMC recommends community cooling hubs. Tune into Pagasa's daily heat bulletins via radio or app. Suspend outdoor work above 41 degrees. Families, check on Lola's twice daily, with cool cloths ready. During peaks, stay indoors 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wear light clothes. After, report symptoms to barangay health workers. Run drills for power cuts. Charge phones. No generator spots. These steps, embedded in the National DRRM Plan, empower you to safeguard health without waiting for sirens. Threat 4. Manila Trench Megathrust Earthquake. The Manila Trench, a 1,300-kilometer subduction zone off western Luzon, harbors the potential for a magnitude 8.2 to 8.4 megathrust quake, as FIVOLK's models indicate. Locked plates build stress over centuries. Climate ties in indirectly via sea level adding tidal loads, but the core risk is geological overdue. Last major slip was 500 years ago. Metro Manila and the Ilocos region sit directly exposed, with tremors already rattling in 2025 sequences. Echoes of 1990's Luzon quake, magnitude 7.8, which toppled buildings and killed 1,600. Preview the scale. 5 OLCS probabilistic forecasts peg a 30% chance in the next 50 years, with patterns of microquakes signaling buildup. UNDRR notes our archipelago's 20 active faults amplify this, turning shakes into widespread havoc. An event like this could challenge millions in the capital region, where high-rises sway and bridges buckle. Elderly Filipinos, with balance issues and isolation in high floors, face evacuation hurdles. Studies show they comprise 25% of quake injuries. Infrastructure strains. Jammed roads and flooded subways from tsunamis hinder timely escapes, as simulated in NDRRMC drills. Preparedness is your quake-proof vest. Secure furniture. Bolt bookcases, as FIVOLCS advises. Build a go bag with dust masks, whistles, and cash. No drop, cover, hold on. Practice weekly. Download the DART app for tremor alerts. Join barangay DRRM teams. For families, map safe spots and elderly lift plans. During, stay put under tables. After, check utilities before using. Avoid aftershocks by camping in open fields if needed. These NDRRMC-endorsed habits have cut casualties in past events. Embrace them for peace. Threat 5. Flooding and landslides in Mindanao. Mindanao, long seen as our southern safe haven, now grapples with escalating flood and landslide risks from intensified monsoons and shear lines. Per PAGASA's 2025 advisories, climate change ramps up rainfall by 10 to 15% in the south, saturating deforested slopes. Provinces like Davao and Caraga lead vulnerabilities, with 17,500 barangays nationwide at threat. But Mindanao's river basins swell unexpectedly fast. The 2024 LPA floods displaced 700,000, mirroring 2023's shear line deluges that buried Mako in mud, killing dozens. World Bank analyses spot patterns. El Niño droughts followed by La Niña floods erode soil, while logging weakens hillsides. NDRRMC reports a 25% rise in incidents since 2010, turning gentle rains into torrents. These hazards could endanger hundreds of thousands in upland farming communities, where paths vanish overnight. Our elderly, tied to ancestral lands with arthritis limiting flight, are most exposed. Past events show them lingering longest in harm's way. Evacuation woes mount. Washed-out roads and overflowing dams isolate groups, taxing under-resourced LGUs. Rise above the waters. Study MGB hazard maps online. Avoid building in red zones. Pack your disaster kit with rain gear, insect repellent, and blankets. Heed PAGASA's flood watches via community radios. Families, clear drains pre-monsoon. Form buddy systems for elders. During, move to higher ground at first gush. After, inspect for cracks before re-entering. Plant vetiver grass for slope stability. Join DNR efforts. NDRRMC's Bante Bayan program trains spotters. Volunteer. Simple, swift actions like these preserve lives amid the flow. As we close this journey through our island's whispers of warning, remember, these threats. Super typhoons fiercer than before. Seas claiming quiet shores, heat that tests our endurance, the Earth's deep rumble, and southern soils shifting, aren't fates sealed. They're calls to awaken, rooted in science from PAGASA, FIVOLCS, and the NDRRMC, urging us towards smarter safeguards. The Philippines, first in the World Risk Index not by curse but by our exposed beauty, holds a superpower. Resilience forged in fire and flood. Think of the Lolas in Tacloban who mended nets after Haiyan, or Mindanao's farmers terracing hills anew. Bayanihan pulses in us, the spirit that turns neighbors into family, LGUs into lifelines. We've strained bridges and centers before, left elders waiting too long, but each lesson strengthens. Hazard maps drawn, go bags packed, drills that save. Hope isn't passive, it's the child planting mangroves today. The Barangay Watch, sharing alerts at dusk. With global emissions curbed and local actions amplified, we chart a steadier course. What legacy will we leave our Apo-Apo? A nation bowed or one that bends but never breaks? Climate responsibility starts here, in your home, your vote for green policies, your voice in council halls. If this message stirs you to shield someone dear, from the traffic-clogged streets of Manila to Mindanao's misty slopes, share this video softly, with care, not to alarm but to affirm. We're in this together. Knowledge is our strongest shelter. Subscribe to Discovering the Earth for more stories of our warming world and ways to cool its edges. Comment below. What's one step you'll take this week? Until next time, stay vigilant, stay connected. Maharlika rises.